The dynamic world of Formula One offers some vital lessons to businesses facing disruption. The best leaders know how to strike a balance when making key decisions, for example, between innovation and tradition, between data and emotion. Ross Brawn embodies this spirit as a former team technical director, team principal, and now managing director of Formula One. He's lived both sides of the sport, and he's putting that balance into key decisions about its future. What's the essence of Formula One? Something that can never be lost to innovation or evolution?
Well, I think first of all we must remember Formula One's a sport. It ultimately is a competition between the drivers. That's what we must never lose. That feeling, this emotion that there's two people or more out there battling each other. And behind every driver is a whole technical structure of engineers, scientists, specialists who are helping put that car together and create the platform the driver needs to race. Well, it's true, the innovation is fascinating for a huge number of our fans. What comes across is they don't want it to be the dominant factor, but they want it to be a key factor. The innovation and development of the cars is a key facet of our sport, and one that we encourage but try and keep in balance with the human story of the drivers. We don't want it to dominate where the car becomes the only important factor, but we want it to be a story as well.
I remember talking to you when you were technical director at Ferrari and locked in battles with Williams and McLaren. We were talking about the accessibility of that information, that data behind the scenes, and you were kind of keen to give it to people, but only if everybody else was sharing it too. There's always that side of things as well, isn't there?
Having sort of changed sides, as it were, I see it even more now, and I believe that if the teams are open, then nobody gets an advantage or a disadvantage, but we move the sport forward. Opening up the whole radio channels has meant that we get that added insight that a fan can have. And the reality is no one's been disadvantaged or no one's gained an advantage from it because they all do it. And more we're managing to persuade the teams to give us data that we can make available to enhance the experience for the fan. I think one of the great things about these new platforms is the depth to which you can immerse the fan in the experience. So for the fan who really wants to engage, we want to provide these extra layers of information that they can have to make it a truly special experience watching a Formula One race. But I don't think there's one model fits all. I think it depends on the profile of the country, depends on the type of enthusiasts we have there. So we're still finding our feet a little bit.
Formula One was built on mass market free-to-air television via satellite, but nowadays fans want to consume content on their mobile devices and streaming, etc. So how do you balance the two demands?
So maybe you could be looking at tyre temperatures. So you could look at the tyre temperatures of that car that's out there on the track, and you can see the guy behind is 10 degrees cooler. There's a guy in front struggling. We want to have a more evenly matched field. Still maintain this innovation, this excitement, but bring the class closer together. So that's what my ambition is. My ambition used to be measured in race wins or points scored. Now it's going to be measured in the quality of racing we have and how many fans watch it. I think the thing that keeps me based is the racing has to still be the core of what we do. We can enhance everything around it, but we must never lose that core.